This is the YouTube edition of my book, A Course in Miracles Workbook Nuggets, which is a study aid for the course's workbook for students. I'll begin by reading my book's commentary on today's lesson over a visual of the book's text. I'll then return with some further thoughts on the lesson. Today's lesson is part of a 10-lesson group that runs from lesson 221 through 230, each of which relates to forgiveness. I'll be repeating this same intro for each of the lessons 221 through 230, so you can scan past this intro in the future if you like. Timestamps taking you to today's Workbook Nuggets commentary and my further thoughts are provided in the description below. We are now in part 2 of the workbook. The introduction to part 2 tells us that, quote, words will mean little now. We use them but as a guide on which we do not now depend. For now we seek direct experience of truth alone, end quote. In your practice sessions, try to go beyond the words. Seek the feelings, the experience the lesson is trying to guide you to. That is how you learn and live the course. Quote, sit silently and wait upon your Father. He has willed to come to you when you have recognized it is your will he do so. End quote. Listen for your internal teacher and guide, what the Course calls the voice for God or the Holy Spirit. He is there, and he will come. Today's lesson from my book and my further thoughts follow. A link to the book on Amazon.com is provided below. Lesson number 223, August 11. God is my life. I have no life but his. I want to go home. Help me, Father, to see through the illusion of a separate me in a separate world. That is, help me to forgive myself and the world. I no longer want to add to, fix, or maintain the illusion. I simply want what is. I want to go home. The title of today's lesson is God is my life. I have no life but his. In our ordinary world, we appear to be separate beings, separate bodies operating completely independently of each other. It's us against the world and everyone and everything in it. But even the most casual investigation shows that this is not true, even here in the illusion. Each of us came from parents who in turn did the same ad infinitum. Now factor in siblings, relatives, friends, neighbors, work colleagues, your community, etc. No man is an island. We exist as a strand in an infinite web, even here in the illusion. Now, let's add things to the analysis. Where did your home or car come from? Who built it? Where did the materials come from? Who manufactured and transported those? We can move on to what you eat, but I'm sure you get the point. even here in the illusion, it is obvious that we exist not as completely separate individuals, but as strands of an infinitely complex web going around the world and back in time. Our imagined separateness is as amusing as a wave insisting that it exists independently of the ocean. Our true and eternal identity is the ocean, not the temporary form of the wave. God is my life. I have no life but His.